Awesome. So I wanted to add a little bit more on to this episode. Um, this is something that I had recorded um, really on the spot. I woke up, as I mentioned in the video, I woke up and just had the inspiration to share this tidbit about well-being. You'll have to excuse me, or even dive into it. I'm here right now at the Last Mile Cafe, and I wanted to just record on the spot to again here, um, just bringing these podcasts to you very much so out of the blue, and for it to be kind of an ASMR situation and just a day in the life situation, an in the moment situation. So enjoy the background and enjoy the liveliness of the moment. Um, so there is a system of principles. There's a universal system of principles that are woven into the fabric of the universe and the way that it works. A lot of people will mention these different principles, and it's a good thing. I think in this day and age of social media, of meeting people online, of forging relationships first through a screen. Um, this type of understanding is more important than ever. Um, and why might I say that? In the earlier part of the video, again, we're discussing setting an affirmation that says, "I'm grateful for my well-being, and I'm grateful for the well-being of others." That this affirmation was reflective of love thy neighbor as thyself. Love thy neighbor as thyself. And I went into a little bit of explanation. Why would we want to do that? Why would we want to be involved with that? The reason that you want to involve with that is because it puts you in order with that which is universal order. And many of the Christ teachings, they are not just something that happened in Jerusalem. They are not just something that happened in Bethlehem. They are not just something that happened in Egypt. Although this is the emergent point, we are not to let those principles just live 2,000 years ago and stay there. When we're talking about a eternal Christ that we might want to see inside of ourselves and inside of every other being. Um, and I'm not trying to get preachy, but what I'm trying to do is put you on the frequency with a winning design. Um, I have been in many situations difficult and sometimes low vibrational, and what has helped me to get through that are remembering principles, principles that exist outside of whatever I'm doing and whoever I am and whatever I've imparted and whatever blah 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 blah. A principle and these things that come from above or come from not even above, that come from all around through time, before you got here, before I got here, after we'll both be gone. Do you feel like that, or do you think it's something less than that? Oh, okay. So this concept of either reap what you sow, karma, dharma, the Ten Commandments, universal law, these are all principles. They do not clash into each other and destroy each other. This is what I want people to understand. These principles of Dharma, these principles of the Ten Commandments, these principles of Christ, these principles of Buddha, these principles of spirituality, these spirituals of these excuse me, these principles of universal law. They did not clash into and destroy one another. They actually work in succession and build upon each other. The divisiveness that have been found more useful than collaboration. I have no idea why that was ever thought to be the resolution. What you need to be doing is practicing the ones that you know and sticking to that like it is uh, the gun on your hip that a lot of you, especially men, feel like you need to carry. You wouldn't need that gun on your hip if you were using principles. Oop, you wouldn't need that gun up on your hip if you were actually living by a principle. You know how many guns that I've had aimed at me in the last year alone, and none of them went off? About four or five. I'm not happy or proud about that. I'm thankful to the Most High that none of them did go off. And they were situations in which I should probably had not been there where I was. I am not always the perfect person, as I'm sure that whoever's listening to this also is not. How do we survive it? How do we survive it? Via principle. Because I am not the principle, you are not the principle. So how do we survive? Via abiding by the principle. So without making this episode too long, I did just want to add a little bit of content and context to what I was speaking about in the earlier video. Um, like Kendrick said, not a wanna kumbaya, nah. This one, let me not get copyrighted, the podcast. So if it was up to me, I wouldn't give anybody any sympathy. I'd take away the pain and give you everything. It's a beautiful lyric because that's what has happened here. I feel like on Earth, so many times that we had messed up, we did something opposite to that which the power that is suggested, and we still were allowed to go on for another day, another millennia. We're still going. So take some kind of foundational respect, not just within your own, like, well, actually take foundational respect not only into your own whatever it is your background, whether it's just religious, your background whether it is spiritual, your background whether it's based on principle alone, science. I don't i don't care. I have my own belief system. I'm not trying to run down on yours. I don't do that. I don't need to run down on other people's belief system because that's you on you. So um, but what I like to do is enrich and encourage, inspire, and admire a foundational structure of order, universal, spiritual, the most high, that has made sure that we're able to not only be going on right now, to be still going on right now. Let's just hold a moment of gratitude for that. You are ongoing. I am ongoing. Without imparting any judgment right now, without thinking about, oh, who is he talking? I'm talking about you. You're ongoing. I am ongoing. Gratitude. It hadn't all came crashing down. It wasn't all destroyed. We've heard about Babylon, Rome, Tyre, Atlantis. Some civilizations were stopped, upheaved, and destroyed in the blink of an eye. Well, that's if you believe in any of that. What do you believe in? Do you believe in a principle? Do you believe in order? Do you follow any of it? Do you value any of it? Does it show up for you in those moments where you need it because you paid attention to it? Begin to pay attention to it, begin to implement it, begin to have respect for whatever it is that you believe in, and make sure that you believe in something. You know, one of the one of the striking and very kind of scary things that I have noticed a few times out here just walking in the world is that there are some individuals that don't believe in much. And that's dangerous because I feel like not believing in something, it lends you to not believing in yourself. And if you don't even believe in yourself, that makes life really hard. There's nothing wrong with research. There's nothing wrong with study. There's nothing wrong with having a reverence. It's going to enrich your life. Having a principle is going to add structure to your life. Having some kind of boundaries and guidelines, system of trust, system of morale, it's going to add a protection to your life. And that's all I hope for you, whoever you are listening. I hope that for you, and I hope more and beyond that for you. Dude, I don't even know your name because I can't see through the screen, but I can know that I hope that for you because I'm thankful for my well-being, and I'm thankful for the well-being of others. Thank you for listening to the What I Need podcast. I hope you have a beautiful, bright, and blessed day.